Hello and welcome to UFAH Live. Today we are looking at Victoria Crater and we have some UFAH members here today. Who is with me here? Is Martine here?
Hi there. Hi everybody.
Hello Martine, and we have Neville also.
Hello, I'm here.
You are there, that's great.
Yeah.
And you haven't fallen asleep today?
No.
we have Chris Maroney with us also. Hey Chris.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And Dominic Joyce is with us also. Hey Dominic.
Good afternoon around the world.
Good afternoon around the world. Yes. And first of all I need to apologize because the picture you're looking at right here is not updated yet, because we need to add 3 more people to this picture, and that is Dominic Joyce, that is Bianca Leonhardt, and who is number 3? I almost forgot here. This is embarrassing, huh? We need to add three more people to UFAH here. So we are gonna start looking at Victoria Crater, and we have a lot of pictures today of Victoria Crater. We have a few pictures from above that are only normal picture, and we have 3 gigapans from Victoria Crater also, as we are gonna have a look at. And let's get started with the first gigapan that we have here. And I need to my software is teasing me right here, right now. Here we go. We should be able to see Victoria Crater now.
Yeah.
Yes. Is there anybody who can see Victoria Crater? If I could stop scrolling around here. Yes, we have.
We've got it. It fills the screen.
Yes, we have Victoria Crater here, seen from the eyes of opportunity. Neville, you're the Gigapan master. What is the size of this picture?
It's it's about 700 meters in length. Victoria Crater, roughly. That's just a guess at the minute. Yeah, the part we're looking at is where the rover actually entered the crater. It's probably the less steep slope going into Victoria Crater. What you can see there, you can see Cape Verde there on the left. Yeah, and this is where it came down. Into the crater, but usually what they usually give us is a grayed out image, so you can see, so it makes the crater walls look flat and smooth, So what it did was actually took one of the other coloured images that they make the coloured pans from, and I assembled them because it actually gives you more detail of the ground and what's on the ground, and you can see walls coming down the side and things like that, But on the public release ones, they just show you a flat slope coming down, which is totally wrong, Why don't they show us what's actually there? So I assembled them. The set of them, and the stuff that came out was absolutely brilliant. There's loads of stuff here that they've missed or what they haven't shown or tried to hide, But it's about one of the most detailed pans around. I tried to look see if there's any more that have been assembled. That shows a lot, but there's not really. No.
It's a great gigapan for sure. Is there anyone of you who want to guide my little mouse here today, as we are looking for anomalies on these gigapans? Who wants to be the first? And don't everybody speak at the same time.
Well, I would like to say that I think it's quite evident the areas that have been covered over. I mean, we would have said airbrushed in the old days, but the colour, the tone of the sand, if you like, where it meets the rippled base of the crater and where it joins up near the top of the slope is just so artificial to me, and so unreal. And it would be impossible for there not to be more rubble and stones which would have fallen down that slope. But what they had to do was seriously cover up what was evident. And the other evening, Nev had done quite a nice enhancement around that area. And we couldn't believe what we were seeing and what was coming up through this sort of matte area that's just below the top of the rim. See where you have the sort of craggy edge to the rim at the top? Yes, where your cursor is now. But as we zoomed in around there, we were seeing things that, like ledges and walls and behind the shaded areas too, you know? Yeah. Really, really extraordinary. Do you remember, Nev?
Yeah. If you actually move to the right, Thomas.
Yeah, the right is even better. Yeah.
Carry on moving right along to the right.
Yeah, move the whole image.
The whole pan, yeah.
To the left, so you're coming up to the right-hand side. That's when you start seeing some really interesting stuff.
Carry on going to the left, to the right, sorry.
Going to the right, but pushing to the left. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go. We start seeing some really, really serious anomalies around here.
I mean, that thing there that's sticking up in the middle there, you can see something black there, right? Now, I enhanced that area, and there's stuff there, there's like a big wall in the background that's all carved, you know? And that thing that's sticking up, that's a big bit of rock coming down at the end of this wall bit, and it's sticking up like it would look similar to like a lighthouse on the end of a pier, you know, but they've totally like blanked it all out. If you look closely, you can see shapes and like bases and things like that in there. But it's really very hard. I wish I still had the enhancements, you know, but.
If only we could show what we came up with after burning across that area using the burn tools. Yeah. And astonishing what pops out. Mm-hmm. That curiosity that you've just been talking about, Nev, how tall would you say that is?
Curiosity rover is about 1.5 meters high.
What, that object that you've just been talking
about? That there.
Yeah.
Where the crater walls are usually about, on Victoria crater, they're about 70 feet high.
Wow.
So you thought that could be around about, what, 40 to 45 feet high?
So it's way taller than a house, isn't it? A two-story house, Yeah, it's a serious anomaly. But near the top, when we zoomed right in, we were seeing walls, weren't we? And things that actually... right-angle shapes.
If you carry on going to the right, Thomas.
Yeah. Keep going as you were, Thomas. Keep going. Keep pushing. That's right. Good.
Go on further.
Good.
Further.
Keep going.
Go on further.
There you are. Now, if you look across the top there, can you see there's like a track running across the top? The straight line along the top of the road. Yeah.
Straight line that runs right away along the top of there. Now, if you carry on going a bit more right, I think because there's on Victoria crater, there's another little crater by the side of it called Wright crater. Now inside of that crater, actually joins out the Victoria crater, but they've blanked it out, you know. Now in the opening going into Victoria, like going from Victoria crater into Wright crater, there's a wall there. You can see.
You can just see it there, the start of it. Yeah.
But all along the rim, there's like structures coming down and things like that. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I see two things. Sorry to interrupt. I see two things that I would like to look closer at and point out. One of them is this object over here.
Yeah.
That looks a little too suspicious, and the other one is that object or the roof with the pilar, supporting pilar or walls underneath it. That looks.
A lot of these are collapsed. I would say collapsed dwellings, Thomas. You know, and just like we saw on the Murray Buttes. They actually do project outwards like ledges. You know, the roofs of them are like ledges, and then underneath you've got the openings. And we've got the same thing happening here. But I think that a lot of them have collapsed, you know, where you've had rock falls on the edges of the crater rim itself. Mm-hmm. But when you zoom in and you know, I encourage anyone to use their tools on that on the smooth areas, and you'd be surprised what they have hidden.
Mm-hmm. As we've always said, Martin, you know, this is structures on another planet. You know, there's no rules to, you know. I'm totally in agreement.
I really have to pinch myself and think this is on Mars. Stop thinking and comparing to things that you would associate with on Earth.
Yeah. There's much more to this area.
There is.
You can just see the way they're blocking this stuff out.
Yeah.
You'll see more. If you move along, Thomas, you'll see more to the right.
Yeah.
There you go. You see, you're already seeing this weird little thing going on there on the top of that middle hump going up there. Yeah, it's some strange tracks running along the top, and you start to see structures, you know, with curves and right angles. There's some pipe work going on. Did we not come across some pipe work as well now?
I think so. I think it's further along to the right, actually.
Yeah. It's definitely the more interesting half, isn't it, from the centre to the right?
Yeah, see, the thing is, the rover didn't go all the way around Victoria Crater. This is what I've always thought about, you know. Yeah. Why did it just go around half of it? Why didn't it go all the way around? Because it's just the size of a football field, you know. It's only about that size, so why didn't it go all the way around? Could it not get all the way around, or was there things stopping from
seeing? They didn't want us to see, probably.
There's obvious like water weathering down. You can see like the tracks, you know, going. I don't know what that is, but,
Oh yeah, especially on the left-hand side there. Yeah. I mean, it's. I'm surprised that people are still saying in the groups, you know, still questioning whether there's water on Mars. Because I mean, back in September 2015, NASA actually did a broadcast and said there is flowing water, bright water on Mars, and there's evidence of it thawing every summer. And of course, people don't realise that summer on Mars is much, much longer than it is on Earth. So even though it's cooler, the fact that it goes on longer would make it more than possible for ice sheets, subterranean ice sheets to thaw, I think. Yes, look at these things that you see on the ends of these ridges, very much like we get on the edges of the buttes.
Yeah, like on the edges of the buttes, you sometimes get carvings and like sculptures and things like that. You know,
that's right.
It's as if they're decorating the sides of them and the fronts of them. You know, so that whoever was like whatever is in the middle could be buildings that's been hidden. Whatever was living in the middle had a viewpoint all around them of these sculptures and things like that. You know, the end of the buttes, you know.
Must have looked amazing. I mean, look at that. I mean, you can disagree with me if you want, but that last ridge on the right there coming down looks to me like a huge carved head. You've got symmetry on that head. If you move the cursor up a little there, so that not that tiny thing, but next to it, Thomas, left that one. Looks to me like a carved head. You've got the two eyes.
Can you zoom in further? If you can't, because it's my pan. I know how far you can zoom in on these things.
Nev knows better.
There you go. I mean, that to me that looks like a head.
Thomas, I think it's coming through on the Skype as blurry a bit, isn't it? It's not as clear on the...
Well, on Zoom.
No, probably not. It seems pretty clear here when I'm looking at it on my screen here.
Yeah, we'll do on your screen, but when it's coming through on the live feed, it'll be a bit... I think the quality...
Slightly blurred.
Is down a bit, yeah. But the links will be in the... you can always post the links on the video
we
feed.
are posting the links here in the live feed in...
Yeah.
As soon as we finish, we will post it here. I want to point out a little more. There seems to be these.
Yes, that's right, here. Thomas. Yeah.
I mean, if you look on the pan properly without looking at it on the video, then they are clear. You can see right angles. You can see squares and stuff like that. You know,
and ledges.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you've got some more of those markings to the right. If you move along a little to the right as well, you can see some more just there where your cursor is. Yeah. Do you see there's a strange line following down the slope as well? It almost looks like a chain link shapes coming down there. And then to the right, you've got some more. They have to be structures going along there. They're just too neat.
Yeah.
Just too neat. I mean, if you look at this rock outcrop now, which takes up the whole of the right-hand screen, you've got it's very haphazard.
It's a mess, isn't it?
Accumulation of rocks. It's a mess, yes. Yeah. But you look along the rest of the crater, I mean, you've got it's very orderly. It's very neat and lots of geometric shapes. Oh, I can hear my voice coming back to me.
That was my tablet who made a little trick on me here. Sorry about that.
It was the internet agreeing with you. It's fine.
Even with this rock outcrop, Dominic, can you see to the right? It's almost like you've got rows. Can you see rows of holes? Almost like it's some kind of sort of steps, some means of being able to use them to climb up.
You're talking about on the right-hand side, right?
Yeah, I meant to say on the right. Did I say left?
No, but I was just agreeing with you because almost all the way to the right of the screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nev's the one that has problems with his left and right.
I do.
Yeah, can you see on the very extreme right-hand side, you've got a row there, a very equal. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but it's after years of weathering, and we all know that these structures they disintegrate, they collapse on, and we're trying to bring all that up, and
I mean, you've got to remember these are thousands of years old,
Yeah. It's just that it's very localized just around there, that patterning, there's a little bit of repetition going on, and geologically I'd be interested to know what it might be.
I remember I've been going through this one before, and I was looking at this area here, and I thought it was kind of weird. The top here and the top over here, it seems like there was some kind of a hole down here, but it could of course just be triggers light, shadow playing, and there was another Gigapan. I think we're going to come to that later, where you could get a little bit closer on it, where you can see a little bit more details on the area. I have to add something now while I remember it, because I said in the beginning that we need to add 3 members to our little picture, and that was of course Dolly Indigo Star. That was number 3 that we needed to add it to our UFAH picture as one of our latest members. So now I can sleep well tonight.
Good on.
Yeah.
Well done.
Don't mess with women's. But back
you live far enough away.
I got internet. But back to Victoria Crater here. It is an amazing picture, and I think it's one of the most famous craters also for its name and for some of the color pictures of it from above also. Is there any one of you who want to add more to the first picture here? Is there any one of you who want to point out something more?
Is that part of the other crater there, Nev? Is that Bright's crater that we can see towards the left at the top?
Hold on. Wait a second. If you wait, I'll find it on. I've got it open on the other screen here, so I'll find it, open it to Bright crater.
I just wondered if that was it on the top left there, where we can see where the land's flat, and there's another, looks like another crater up there. Yeah, yes, that's right, Thomas. Yeah.
That's where Bright crater is. Over there, you know. That's like the back end of it, you know. You can only see, you can't see it on the first aerial view you had of Victoria crater, but you can't really see you didn't get close enough to actually go and have a look in it, because I think Bright crater would only be about 5 to 7 feet deep. It wasn't that deep, really, you know.
No.
It's not really that big, but I don't see why they didn't go and have a look at it, you know. It's really strange.
Yeah. Especially with the wall joining the two craters together. You can see just part of it along the top left there.
Yeah. Either that they did have a look, but they're sure in heck not going to show the pictures of it.
Well, true, yeah. Probably there was too much to hide or too much to cover up that they couldn't do anything, you know?
I mean, like Thomas said earlier, this is an awesome picture of this crater, but the problem is it's probably the most fudged crater out there. I mean, you can actually see bits and pieces of what's really there, but the majority, I mean, come on, look at some of these rocks. I mean, they don't even look like natural rocks. I mean, you know, you go, well, what's a natural rock look like? But on the other side of the token, I mean, it looks like it's just been, like Martine said earlier, it looks like it's like you said, old school would be like, you know, airbrushing.
Airbrushed.
Yeah, but you could just see it's like a rock mimicking software going on here, and you can see what bits and pieces of intelligently made things sticking out of it.
Yeah. That's so true, Chris. Absolutely.
There's so much in this. There's so much in this photo. As we go on, I'll show you. I sent a picture over to Thomas. We'll do this later on, but you'll see what I'm talking about as far as what looks like, you know, flat surfaces is not flat at all.
Yeah,
it's pretty wild.
Yeah, the height. All I do is to hide the dark tones, and just keep everything flat, you know.
Yeah, it's exactly what I do. Is just render it 2D if you can. Yeah. Keep it all flat, and like I said, people just go, "Wow, look at that nice flat plane."
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Let's see one of the aerial images of Victoria crater. I'm just gonna see if I can do it quickly here. And I have to get you are still on my screen here. And I can't open my OSP over here, so let me do like this. So we have the Victoria crater here.
Yeah.
And while we have it here, I'm just putting my screen back to normal again here in the in the background here. That's one of the aerial views we have, which is one of the most beautiful aerial views of craters at all on Mars, and it's also one of the, as I said before, most well-known craters. And I think, of course, it has something to do with its beauty in itself and its color here.
Sorry.
I was only going to say, Nev, where is Bright's crater or the connection with it? We're not seeing any of this relief and texture that we've just been looking at on the Gigapans.
I know.
It's the whole thing. It's like looking through a fog at the whole thing.
If Thomas brings the aerial view up on screen, I'll show you where it is. It's on the right hand side there. You can see if you move your mouse. To the right, down, right, to the left, up. Right, stop it to the left, slowly.
Is that it? Oh my word, that is tiny. Yeah.
That's bright crater. Can you see it? The little
tiny round hole there.
The viewers cannot see my mouse here on the screen. In the software. They'll only see the pictures here. I'm gonna set up shift to another beautiful picture here to look at while we are looking at that. I'm just gonna take down Chris's picture so we can view that also and put it in my software here. So Neville, tell us a little bit about this area we're looking at here.
This is Victoria Cliffs. You haven't got it on screen yet, haven't you? Not no. It's Victoria Cliffs. This is one of the things coming out in the middle of the crater. I think it visited there twice actually, because it went round the left-hand side once. It got so far, then it came back. So really, you get, if you search, you can get two different viewpoints of each butte that comes out of the crater side, you know. But the colour version is not very good. The colour version gives you the colour, but the black and white version is much better because it gives you more detail and everything, you know.
Yeah, no, lovely definition on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Astonishing how clear these opportunity images are compared to what we've been dished out with the curiosity ones. It's appalling, isn't it?
See, some of the images that NASA released, they're just created from the JPEG images, you know. But the ones like that pan that I've done actually downloaded the PDS files, and you have to put them in a few different programs to convert them and join them. But they're much clearer, you know. The JPEG ones, the JPEG ones are not really that good. I mean, they're good. You know,
but NASA haven't actually released what sort of frequency JPEG, and all the conspiracy theorists are saying, you know, why don't you tell us, you know, what sort of, you know, image, you know, you're sending? You know, it's not a JPEG, it's some sort of thing that we've got to encrypt and to find if we wanted to get it by satellites or not.
Well, all it did was to convert the PDS into JPEG, so it's quick and fast enough just to give us just to give us a idea of what's out there, you know. But if you want to go into it in more detail, you've got to actually find where they've got the PDS archive, and then download them, convert them, and then create the pans, you know. That's really what I do.
But Nev, you've actually said yourself that there has been some manipulation on the PDSs as well.
Oh yes,
in a major way,
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But what I'm saying about the quality of the opportunity images overall, the comparisons of the JPEGs of the opportunity shots seem to be a lot better than they are with the curiosity shots. I think it's almost as if, having reached this stage now, they become much more sophisticated in recognizing the anomalies and having to obfuscate them, whereas they weren't so sophisticated. In fact, I don't even think they were expecting to find anything of substance that they would need to hide. In the
I really think they knew what was there, because they did have the aerial views to look at, you know. I mean, they were still pretty powerful cameras that's up there then, you know.
But it's what we're looking at a much closer range. Remember?
I just shifted to the picture that Chris has sent to us here. This is a Chris picture we are looking at here.
Oh wow!
Fantastic.
If you look at that flat area on the top of that is not flat. If you look right to the edge, almost where it falls off that cliff, there's actually structures there. There's actually height to that area. It's not flat. You can literally see like what looks like almost like foundations and things standing up on the ground.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That is not flat in any way, shape, or form. And I think that's what we're seeing all the way around the edge of this, where you guys are, you can actually see these different items and these anomalies sticking out of the edge of this.
I can enlarge it a little bit here to see what's happening.
No, it would be good to get close to it. Yeah.
And as usual, we have a 20 seconds delay, but it should be up here now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it 20-second delay on Facebook or YouTube?
Yeah, I'm seeing it here on my my phone here. I can see it's enlarged now.
Chris, go continue, please.
Well, like I said, I mean, when you can go back, I don't know if you can go back and forth. Yeah, you can do it on the picture. But you can see, like, if you show the original one, it looks like it's all colored. It's completely flat. Nothing there to see. It looks mostly in the black and white. It's all completely whited out. But after you start going over with the dodge tool or the burn tool, rather, and you start bringing out shapes, and they're actually tall. These shapes actually, they have height to them.
Right, yeah.
It's not just a flat area. There's many structures and things laying around. If you look around that whole area, there's things that look like clearly there's like 1-2 level things standing up on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And especially next to the edge where it goes and falls off to the right into the crater, you can see what looks like structures sprawled out on the edge.
There, yeah, yeah.
I mean, this stuff is there, but it's so whited out and contrasted.
Yeah.
It gives you the illusion that it's completely flat. There's nothing there.
Oh my gosh! Right. Yeah.
I mean, this.
We
I've
have
actually
a lot
zoomed
of
in on
echoes
it on my iPad.
Whoops.
I've zoomed in on it on my iPad. I didn't realise I could do that. So I've actually got closer to it than you guys.
Whoops.
Of course, the voices were on, so I do apologise. I switched those off.
Yeah.
Should
But
we?
when you have a close look, what do you guys think? Is it,
It's astonishing.
Oh yeah. The structures all around the top.
Yeah.
I mean, when you actually look at how far when the rover was moving, if you actually get the traverse map up on the aerial image, and you look at how far out the rover moved
right,
to go to the next butte, to go to the next cliff,
Yeah.
Yep.
You think, like, why is it going that far around? It's had to be moving around things so that it could go to the next one,
Right.
Well, if the images that they're showing us, it looks as if the ground's flat, but it's not flat because otherwise the rover would have just moved straight across rather than going right around, right back, and then coming virtually maybe it's about 50 meters from where it was to go on to the next cliff face,
Mm-hmm.
So,
exactly.
so it's actually moving around stuff to get to the next cliff face.
Indeed, yeah.
Oh, absolutely, and that's it answers your question. Like, how come they wouldn't go all the way around this?
Yeah.
Or how come like you said, there's zigzagging and everything else? Well, there's your answer. They're going around structures, and again, I've said this a million times. I think they're stopping at every object. They're looking it over, maybe checking the density or the quality, of whatever it's made out of.
Exactly.
Just moving along slowly, checking all of these things out.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why you go, well, how come they say because the rover moves so slow. But if you ever watch the video, how fast this thing can really move, and I mean the opportunity or curiosity, if you see how fast these things can really move, they can still do about 10 to 15 miles an hour.
Sure.
Now they claim that they just creep along the ground. This is the reason why it takes so long to get there.
No,
I don't believe that's true.
I think the reason why they went so slow is plus they've got to save power as well, because remember, the Opportunity rover was powered by solar power, right? So once you charge the batteries up, you had to move slowly to conserve power. Plus, it had to stop and take photos and transmit stuff and do.
Right. Well, yeah, it makes sense. But I got a trick question for you. You're gonna like this. When are they actually moving the rover?
What they do is they actually send the instructions to the rover the night before,
right?
And then it's on a timer or something. I think it is. They send the day's instructions what it's going to do that day to the rover the night before,
right?
And then the rover carries out these carries out what it has to do, and then, I mean, I don't know people may think that if, like the rover drivers, like they're sitting there and they're actually driving the rover. They're not, because it takes so many minutes for the signals to get from one place to the other, and they can only move certain distance at a time. If they see that the path is clear in front of them, they can program the rover to move so many meters that way, you know. And then once it's done, then it waits for the next set of instructions what to do, you know.
I saw something on it. Sorry to interrupt. I saw something called a documentary, or read something online on the NASA.gov. It's like a 20-minute delay, so when they're constrain instructions, that they can see, you know, and use algorithms and see plot of the land and battery power and, you know, what they can do within that distance to move it. And you know that's what I've seen. So they've got like 20-30 minutes to sort stuff out. And
well, I mean, it can be anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes. I mean, 5 and 20 minutes. It depends on the position, of course, you know, directing the Earth and so on and so forth. But well, the thing is, what I was getting at was, it would probably take all day for this thing to charge. So you can bet they're doing a lot of nighttime looking.
Yes.
It can't charge during the night. It's got to charge during the day. You can't drive and charge at the same time.
Yeah.
So at some point, they're doing this stuff at night too. Now, keep in mind, they have different wavelengths of cameras, so on and so forth. So I don't know. I think a lot of this is going on at night. Now, I'm not sure about what was Oppie. Does Oppie even have lights?
No.
I don't recall that one even has it.
Oppie doesn't have lights. Actually. No. Curiosity has lights, but they're not lights as you think, like big, massive lights. They're just actually...
They got LEDs.
Yeah, they're just LED lights, which probably light up the first 10 feet in front of the rover, and that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, so, you know, it makes you wonder, because people are like, you know, well, you know, I often thought about them saying, if this thing is actually charging, has to charge during the day to get a full charge, and of course, they always try to put it in a position where it get the maximum sunlight. Well, either they're running around at night at times, you know, where they can get more time. In other words, to look this over, or they're just going to wait until the next day. You know, in other words, fully charged, give it its instructions, and then off it runs the next day. But
I think it just really waits till the next day, really.
Yeah.
Plus as well, it's got to conserve power as well to keep the computer inside of the rover heated up, because on a night time on Mars it gets, you know, really cold.
It gets cold. Yeah, it needs to run heaters to keep it from freezing.
We have just switched it over to another Gigapan here, also from Victoria Crater, and we are still looking at Cape St. Vincent. Am I right? Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The same area we are looking at from 4 different angles. And this is a great opportunity to study this from different angles and views here. Have a good look at this one. Isn't this great? And what are we looking at here? The surface of this rock here looks suspicious, smooth and rounded, and it looks like there is a hole underneath in here.
It's a Valentine's love heart.
But I think the one on the left looks suspicious as well. The large, smoothed over one. Yes, that one.
Yeah.
The lighting and the shading's wrong on it. And there's no, I don't know, Dominic, I'm sure you're much more au fait with this, but the rock doesn't appear to match, and the strata on it, or striations in it, don't seem to match the rest of the rocks.
It's got loads of lines and weathering, and it's got a little cave, you know, feature at the bottom, which is like an intrusion. It could be a shadow, I'm not sure, but but the rest of the rocks around it are degraded, they're decrepit, they've all fallen. You know, it's like something, I don't know what's going on, but that's some sort of, if you look at it, it's like a rectangle, maybe a square, from where you're going along from top to bottom, all around.
Yeah.
And it's something that's been indentated into, carved out, maybe, and you can see it's a flat top. Why is it totally flat at the top? You look at the Incas and everywhere in Peru, and it's got carved mountains. Just, I'm a bit of a theorist on this, but you pointed it out, Martin.
No, absolutely.
It's
good to get another angle on it.
Yeah. It's just a strange anomaly. That's what we're here for.
Yeah,
notice
absolutely.
3 rocks laying on top. That makes me wonder a little bit, because it is on the edge of a crater. The sand is moving, rocks are falling down from time to time. But it seems like the top of this rock we are looking at is actually a few meters from the surrounding top of the crater.
It doesn't.
So
it doesn't look like it's.
Why have these 3 rocks not fallen down throughout these many years? It has been standing there and probably have been moving a little bit every week or month or year.
Well, they use a little super glue. I mean, come on. I got to be honest, man. I'm a bit dubious when it comes to this stuff. Anyway, I just see fakery all over this picture. I mean, it's a shame, but I can just see it. I mean, look at on the very right-hand side of that photo. Look how much of an angle this hill is, and yet these big boulders are sitting right there.
Yeah.
All the way to the right. Look at the side of that one on the bottom. Go down a little further. This big rock, it's like this oval-shaped rock. I mean, it's just literally, look at the angle this ground is at. And yet this thing is just hanging right on.
Fantastic.
And the rocks don't even look correct. I mean, they're not even like a 3D form. They're like a 2D. They don't look realistic. And everything about it looks fake to me. You know what I mean?
And if you look at this one here, it looks like you have a head-shaped rock sitting on a little body with one arm and 2 arms, and here is his hoodie with a zipper on, and
a 3-piece
you can
suit.
see his left knees here, and he's standing here and looking out over the crater rim. I want to go back up to the rock here that Martina was talking about before, because this little object here, this is an upright standing object, but what is that on the side? Because it looks like there is something on the side on it. And if you ask me, it looks like, let me see if I can find the English word for it, when a waiter carries 5 or 6 beer on what you call it, the one they carried it on.
On a serving tray.
Yes, exactly. It looks like a service tray standing upright, with the bottom peeking out this way here, and something is painted on it. It looks a little bit too suspicious just to move on and act like nothing has happened here. Don't you guys think so?
It's just everywhere. There's some very peculiar curves on these rocks as well. They just don't look. They don't look like they belong to be.
No, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I live in a mountainous state. I mean, I climb a lot of the mountains in my area and like go hiking with my son and stuff like that. And I look at this stuff and I just go, what? I mean, there's rocks galore here, man. And I've never seen anything look like that. I mean, look at the face of this hill. I mean, it just screams, hey, look, I'm so fake, it's not even funny.
No.
I mean, I believe that probably structures, kind of like our ancient people, like you said earlier, like building into the side of these mountains and so on and so forth. And of course, all they just figure is just block this stuff off so you can't see it,
Yeah.
It just looks like a real bad job of just trying to hide it.
Just some of it just doesn't conform to the erosion that we understand. I mean, to the left of Thomas's cursor, you've got this weird sort of round top to the rock with a sort of neck coming down. That's it. That one up
you've got
there.
A split rock. You've got,
and then you've got this round part at the top. This just doesn't. It just doesn't look real to me at all.
Nope. And your eyes are telling you the truth because it's it's just crazy.
I know.
Also, as we spoke about last time, when you pass by a building site where they're constructing a house, and part of the house they haven't put outer walls on yet, so you can look into the rooms and see the walls inside the room. Some of these areas here reminds me of areas where the walls are simply gone, and I don't know if it's just a shadow playing here or a trick of light, but to me, my first thought would be that this is hollow here.
It's good. That's a good find.
But we must not think everything is hollow as soon as there are some shadows.
Well, I'm saying there must be something there, because if you actually go over to the right to the other pan on the next pan on the right there, it's blacked out exactly the same. And then
down below, yeah,
there to the right up there.
Oh, yeah.
It's blacked out the same, so there must be something there that they don't want you to see, you know, because the rock that's directly in front of that, right? On the side that you would think would be as dark as that, it's light, you know. So they've darkened that section up to hide whatever's in there or whatever's on that rock, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. They're strange rocks, aren't they, Dominic? Very strange looking rocks.
Now we're feeling the addiction when we come to area with lots of debris and rocks laying around, because I can feel that all 5 of us, or 6 of us, are now sitting and looking into this picture. What is that? What is that? What is that? And I can hear silence between us, and that's when people are wondering and looking here and focusing. There are so much going on. What is this object laying here? It looks like a bone or something.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Like a thigh bone.
So
but look, and behind it, there's something with a little curly handle on it too. Behind that bone.
Yeah. Right there.
There. There's like something with a little curved handle on the left-hand side.
They do drink
Oh,
tea
that's
also.
interesting. That is.
It doesn't look natural to me at all. Just behind your bone.
Yeah.
Actually standing over it.
I must be honest and say it's some months ago since last time we're looking at this Gigapan here. I've seen it before, but I haven't spent so much time on it. So I'm looking at it right now as I'm looking at it for the first time.
First time.
So last time I did it was from another Gigapan of the same area, but from another angle. I think it was actually the same angle as the one in color, but just in black and white. And this is a beautiful picture.
That's lovely. Yes, beautiful. That is
really
lovely.
is.
Beautiful colours.
And I think most of us, or all of us, remember the posting going viral with the Egyptian statue sitting here embedded into the rock. But I have another Gigapan where it's a little more clear on. You can see it much better. But the color Gigapan is actually really an awesome and nice one. There is an area down here where there is a smooth square. Smoothed out, and it actually looks like it has been some kind of huge chair, or maybe there has been a statue there, or like sitting there like a king would sit in his chair looking out over the valley, or something like that. It's truly an amazing, beautiful picture. And look at the objects we were looking at before up here, and I think we have Martinez Rock over here. So
I've always loved on this picture the lovely landscape in the background. It's just, let's picture it.
It's nice and flat, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's lovely. It's like a sea, like the sea.
How true is this colour? Is this one of these Ario ones or something?
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't actually like them very much. I think they're a little bit too technicolorish.
They brought the contrast out on it, haven't they, a lot? And put the brightness up on colour, and they haven't researched it like our guys do. You know, we're quite rigorous on what we do before we publish it. So I understand, Martin.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, if you would enhance all that background, all that pretty blue and all that, there's much more to it than that flat area. There's so much more to that.
Thomas, can you zoom right back into that rock face?
Hang on 1 second, because hang on 1 second, because David Thomas is asking, because he has to leave. What are your names?
Yes, he wants to know our names.
Here in the beginning, David, we have Martina Graney, we have Neville Thompson. We have Chris Maroney, we have Dominic Joyce with me, and My name is Thomas Mikey. I'm your host here today, together with these wonderful UFAH members. And David, if you're leaving now, we hope you will come back. Remember to go back to this live video and click on notification for next live video on Facebook, so you will automatically get a notification next time we are live. Yes, Martina, you were saying, sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, no, not at all. No, I just spotted that from David Thomas, actually, yes. If we could just zoom back into that rock face that we've been looking at down there, right in the very centre, if you can get close, we've got this strange hole on that widest rock in the middle.
You have to guide me here.
No, to the right. If you move your cursor to the right, keep moving to the right. There. Go up to the hole in the middle of that rock.
Yeah.
You've jumped.
Oh,
No, I'm just going back to the round hole, big round hole.
A little more to the left.
There.
Okay,
There.
yes.
I mean, I just can't understand a hole forming like that in the front of this huge flat rock.
And a little rock holding in it.
I mean, you have got right-angled holes there. You've got square holes, rectangle holes, as if they look like windows, you know?
I know.
Slots cut out.
They look like slots cut out. That
Right.
one, you put
The odd thing about it is when you see this large hole, then all of a sudden, all of a sudden it's like half of it's covered up.
Yeah.
It's like, what does that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me get the other Gigapans I have from the same area that's in grey color here. Let me just see if I can have it. It should be this one. Let me just see here. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh my word,
Yes.
just look at some of those shapes there.
I think it's a little bit smaller, this picture, but the resolution is much better.
Yeah, it is.
That's nice,
It's
yes.
a different angle.
Those very neat rectangular slots in the rock look very suspicious to me.
Yeah,
It does.
They're just far too
Yeah,
rectangular.
if you zoom into that rectangular area, if you zoom way into that, it almost looks like there's a path out there, like you can walk on.
Yeah. A balcony here.
Yeah.
Just there on the bottom left-hand corner of the rectangle. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, look how smooth that looks up against the, well, we're going to call it the rock wall, and then it goes into that area. I mean, keep in mind, how big is this side of this so-called crater?
Yes.
You know, I don't know.
75 feet high.
Yeah, so...
Move your cursor to the left. That almost, yes, right there, looks like a seat. Oh, you've moved now. Back down, to the right a bit.
Right,
there.
a little bit
You've got,
more.
it's almost like the profile of a head.
Yeah, it does actually,
Yeah. And probably one on the other side of that entrance too.
And there's
Do you
a
see
little
it?
entrance right there on the right-hand side of that.
Yeah, that looks like a seated figure there to me.
Yeah.
It does. And if you look at the
That's
one
fine.
just next to it, it looks like one laying with his
Oh,
left
there's
chin
some
down,
patterning.
one eye and two eye and a nose, and
Yeah.
you see what.
But,
looks
and
like
also
a-
there, where your cursor is, up a bit to the left, as if you're going into the entrance. There's some inscriptions on the wall there. Can you see a circular shape, almost like carvings? Down, down, left, right inside, right there, just almost underneath your cursor.
Yeah.
Do you see on the wall? There's like a circular shape.
Yeah,
and
there's certainly.
Yeah. Some kind of hieroglyph, like.
Actually, I've actually got a, I don't know, an enhancement of that years ago. Yeah, years ago.
Oh, really? Yeah.
2011. Yeah.
These are entrances. I'm going to stick my neck out here and say these are entrances.
It's actually one of the first posts I did on when I started the Mars groups. I've done some posts from this pan. It was my very first post I did on first group.
Oh,
Okay.
excellent!
So we are actually having a déjà vu here.
Yeah.
We have
Did you find this? Did you find this when you go back to old Gigapans? Your eyes are really tuned in, and you're finding stuff that you just overlooked in the first instance.
Yeah. You can do, yeah.
Yeah, you think, how did I miss that? How did I miss that?
And Chris was speaking about a little pathway before, and you have something similar over here, and there's a lot of stuff laying on it. But I want to get into this Egyptian pharaoh-like statue standing up here, looking out over the
there he is.
crater. And in this picture, it's a little more clear. You see the shapes around him.
Yes, yes.
Than
and interestingly, Thomas, he is the same proportion as that figure we've just seen sitting at the entrance of that. Exactly the same height. The head is the same size. Fascinating.
I have to say thank you to Michelle. She's fascinating, and this. And she is right when she says people are scared to comment. Don't be scared to comment. You can ask questions. Just remember we have a 10 to 20 seconds delay on it. So if you ask something, we could probably already have been moving the cursor away. So be patient with us if you see something, and we will try to do our best to find the object or anomaly that you want to point out on this Gigapan together with us, because that is what this is about. It's about finding anomalies, and we are doing it live, so we can do it together with you guys out there.
So, I mean, throw questions at us. We're more than happy to answer if we can. I mean,
absolutely.
It's about you guys. It's about interaction. So anytime.
Look at this one. This is an odd-shaped
yes, that is
rock down here.
That's surely that's been shaped, hasn't it? It's very smooth
and shaped. Yeah, it really is, and it looks like, again, we were talking about openings and entrances before. It looks like you have one here also.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Quite possible.
Could be.
It's important to say that we cannot state anything. We can only say what we see. Or
we speculate.
We see. We can speculate about it, and that is what we are doing. And now take a look at this rock here, and the way it's shaped is almost shaped like an old fairy tale tower from some castle or something. And notice there is a square object on top of it, and I don't think this object on top of it is connected to the background. It's actually sitting on top of what looks like sand.
Can I bring the old classic in there and say it's the odd fake sand syndrome?
It looks like.
I think so.
Because if this is sand, how do the sand get these edges unless you mix in 500 liters of
it's
glue
weird. It doesn't
concrete. But again, talking about the fake sand and some of the edges we see that seems impossible for sand to create. Could it be that we're just seeing simple concrete as sand because they used a lot of sand material for the concrete? Could that be what we're looking at here? We're looking at mean concrete.
I've often wondered if it's some kind of composite myself that's being used here. Yeah, I mean,
it's covering over that rock next to it with defined lines in it. It looks like weathering through water through time, or whatever it is, or sand erosion and stuff, and it degrading down. But that bit there, it's doctored in. I'm zooming in on it. It's faded down. It's like it's sand, and we've seen it many times on NASA pictures. That they cover stuff up.
It's a very quick way to cover. To cover things quickly.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And now when we are zooming in on it, here it actually looks like this square box on top of it.
Yeah.
Can you guys see the same as I see? It looks like it's a hollow square box, and part of the front panel or wall here is actually missing, and there is a hole from
you can see a perfectly rectangle 90-degree turn, and you can see it's been faded out even next to it.
Oh, that does look strange, doesn't it?
It looks like you can see inside the box at the upper half.
Indeed. Indeed. Yeah.
Gigapans are wonderful. And you get addicted to them. There is some other stuff right here. What are we looking at here?
So strange.
Yeah, it is. It almost a tint to say it looks like somebody is pouring out some liquid stuff out here.
Oh,
It's probably not. It's probably my imagination with this one, but it looks like it. Yeah.
Or it's the sunlight catching the edge of the rock behind.
It could be. It could be. It can be so tricky with these.
Absolutely.
Sun and shadow, trick of light, so to speak.
Could you zoom out a bit, Thomas? There was something rather strange on a ledge to the left. A strange little object. Can't quite see where it was now.
Sorry.
Hey.
Bless you. Yeah, I can't see it in that range. Well, there's something odd just above your cursor, though. What's that odd little shape? There.
It looks like, okay, if we're talking free imagination now, it looks
like
like an animal with a right front leg, right rear legs here, and body, and
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does, yeah, it's a little more detailed than most of the rocks around there. I don't know what it can be.
It is.
But there was a funny little tiny shape on a ledge. I think we'd have to zoom out to see it, and it's more to the left.
A pointy thing.
Yeah, like a little, look like a little Dalek sat there.
You're on about if it actually just move up. If you move up, I think it's further up.
Oh, yes. There it is. There it is. Move your cursor.
Yeah.
Now to the right. Oh, Thomas, you're jumping too much. No, down again. Down.
Thomas, calm down.
He's frozen in terror.
It's not frozen.
It's like a deer in the headlights. Like what?
Just remember, Martina, you need to look at the screen I'm sharing with you via our Zoom tool and not on the live stream when when you're guiding me, because otherwise it could be a long evening.
It could be, but you're so close to this now. So if you just drop your cursor down nearer to the bottom of the screen, and then to the right-hand side, can you see a little object sat there? There it is.
Yep, right there. Yep.
Yeah.
If you zoom in that, there's some strange little
That
shapes.
looks weird.
I mean, I found something similar to that on Burns Cliff. Very similar to that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it looks, I don't know, I mean, years ago I thought it was it's a little thing sticking out the rock with a camera on so they could see what's around, you know.
Yeah.
But no, it's not, but it's strange, though. It is very strange.
What is that funny little thing with the round shape on the front of it?
Well, that's what I'm saying through Anunnaki and through the Anunnaki history, you know, the research through Sumerian and culture. You know, people see these structures as strange anomalies and stuff that's been left, or you know, it's the mind boggles. You know, it's very similar to a lot of things from Peru as well.
Yes, there's Mayan.
Mayan, and you know,
Mayan
it's
and
really similar.
Aztec and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're virtually the same, you know.
Yeah. There's something up there, top left on the ledge too, quite big. Can you see? And it looks like it's got patterning on it. That's it. Just down there. That's, all of that. No, back where you were at the top. Yeah, that shape there. Can you see there's markings on it? It looks like it's cylindrical. And there's something odd sticking up at the back of it as well, isn't there? Yeah.
I think it's a part
But
of
can
the
you just
rock
see? It looks almost metallic to me. I don't know. Speculation going on here. But it's got some fancy markings on it. I don't know. It could be like the rest of the rock along there. Somebody has written here. Frank Compost says, looks like an eyeball and a beak. Looks like a statue.
Yeah, no, it does. No, he's right. He's right.
Yep.
He's right.
And he also noticed another one. I think it was you, Frank, that said about something that looked like a rodent on the rock too. I think that was further back.
Well, Thomas, you were also pointing out that other middle thing right between that small piece we were discussing and then that right there. Yeah. It looks like some kind of weird thing just peeking out around the corner of this cave.
I just wouldn't say it, but you said it. You said it, Chris. Thank you so much.
Like.
But because we were talking about last time about rockifying objects, so it looks like the surrounding object.
Yeah.
Now look here, because you can see the line, the round edge here, but you can also see the lines on the rock here. They have been drawn over to this one, so unless you really go close, you don't see that it's two separate objects. And it really looks like they just have been dragging the colors of the lines over here. And as Chris said, looks like you have an eye here and a little mouth here, and then the right arms come up here on his fingers here. He's just peeking out, or it's just peeking out and saying, "What is that for a little thing driving around there? Wonder if I can eat it." And then it smells electricity in the air. I think, "Oh no, not again! I'm just gonna go back and watch Martian TV channel number 1 news from Victoria craters and surroundings." It does look like something.
Yeah, this is so much of this. I call it ghosting as well.
Yeah, it's ghosting.
Yeah.
It's ghosting.
Especially on the landscapes. That's incredible.
I'm sorry, Chris. I just took it all away from you. You wanted to say something.
Oh no, that's fine. I just threw it out there and you just ran with it.
I just thought when I saw it first, I'm like,
Well, even if you look at just the white part of that, it almost looks like picture some kind of weird being with like a big ear, like a cat. Like ears, and all you see is the half of the body sticking out.
That's right. That's
just the white, and then the part of the wall that's on the left of it is it's like peeking, just sticking out of there a little bit.
Yeah,
just the white piece itself. Never mind the other wall. Just a white piece. It looks like some kind of weird little being, whatever the heck it might be, just kind of peeking out of this cave type thing. I don't know. But either way, just the way it might be just the lighting that kind of fools you a little bit, but. When you see these 3 objects, one looks like the statue from Egypt. You got this middle piece we're looking at now, and then that small piece to the left of that.
Yes.
What the hell? I mean, yeah.
Combined with this one over here that looks like it has letters on this black area over here.
Thomas, if you zoom out and you go to the background, zoom out and go to the background.
Oh yeah, I know where he's going.
Further out. Right now, go to the next butte that's sticking out. Carry on, right. Zoom in there where you had your mouse.
Oh, yes.
Zoom in there.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. You got more openings.
Right now, can you see the square building there?
Yeah.
Another building below it with a window.
These are dwellings.
And then to the right of that slightly, you can see a right angle there.
Yes, absolutely.
You know that now. Move your mouse further to the right, up to the next bit along, up there. Can you see?
Oh my word! Yeah.
Can you see the windows type structure?
Oh no! Check this out. It gets better. Keep the screen right where it's at. Now take your cursor, move all the way to the left, and go just up on that whited area on the ledge. Can you see very faintly? Looks like windows.
Yeah.
And that whited area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what looks like a smaller one, and then 2 large ones, and then it goes right across there. They're hiding things on this ledge.
Yeah, they are.
It's not flat at all. If you just back up just a hair,
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you can see them. I tell you what, I'm on. If I look at my laptop and I put the lid back, they immediately came up.
Yep. They are hiding things on these flat surfaces.
Yeah.
They're not flat.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly you can see that it looks perfectly square, like one large one, or it looks like a faint one on the left. One right directly in the middle is large, rectangular opening, and then 2 small ones to the right of it.
Yeah.
And you can see these things as plain as day. This is what this is the reason why they highly contrast everything, so you can't make out what the stuff is.
That's right. It gets rid of the midtones.
Yeah. Yes, and hides all the darker detailing.
These perfectly flat platforms that have cradled away. Why were they flat before, and why have they created in this way?
That's right.
Those people talking about that.
Yeah. I tell you what, there's quite a bit of blurring going on those on the right hand side there too.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord, yeah. I mean, that whole look at all of the background, and just look at all of that ledge we're looking at now to the left. My God, you can literally see things that are like 3D. But if you look at it really good, you can see it.
Yeah.
That's why I think a lot of this, when I look at these rocks and all these stuff like that, I just see like fakery at, like you couldn't believe, but you do see things actually sticking out.
You do.
Like some of the things we've already showed. I mean, there's a lot of things clearly they're not natural, like the statues and so on and so forth. All of these rocks, because you can just see like they just kind of drew them in and kind of meshed them in together, if you will.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, look at the one all the way to the right, that peninsula sticking out of there right there. That is a big piece of garbage. If you move your right there. I mean, what in God's green earth is that? Or should we say, what in Mars is that? What is all that mess there? Come on. I mean, you guys are pretty good at, art and all this other stuff. Tell me that looks real to you.
Absolutely not. Sorry.
It's absolutely fake garbage if I've ever seen it.
It's ridiculous.
Because they want to see, if you notice, all of that has been completely dark. It's nice and dark. You can see the details to it. But everything else they don't want you to see is highly contrasted out.
That little tiny bit underneath the cursor, Thomas's cursor, that's intriguing as well. That looks shaped. No, it was right under your cursor, Thomas. Move up again. The little pale area.
Right there.
If you look at that, that's detailed.
It's got a little face there. Can you see it, Martine?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad someone else said it.
Yeah, no, I can see it.
I know.
I follow your work.
Oh, I promise you, I'm quite sane.
No. You got to bring out, you follow the simple rules of, what we do, and you pick it up.
They're there.
Yeah.
This is what's so amazing. Yeah, it's that really does look ridiculous, Chris. Though I mean, look at it. It's like a huge, great pasta shell or something that's been smoothed around.
Well, look at it from their point of view. Even if you said, like we just commented and said, "Oh my God, what a big piece of garbage that is," and you can tell it's fake, they don't care as long as they've hidden what they wanted to hide.
Yeah, I know.
And that's basically what it comes down to. I guarantee anybody takes this photo, goes all the way to this top of this photo and all the way around these edges of this crater. And you're going to see crazy things on here.
Can I just say something about a lot of people and have said that some microbiological life or creatures and they could be inches tall, and people are picking this stuff out.
Thank you, Dan.
No, I'm just saying, and people are not seeing that and realizing the bigger picture that it's a different planet.
It's another world.
And people are finding things.
And things have evolved and developed on this little world according to its conditions.
Yeah.
I know.
But this is truly an amazing picture of
it is.
An outcrop called Cape Vincent.
Oh, Michelle Lovelace.
I wonder if they're giving all these areas a name, every single one of them a name.
I'm sure they
are. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've given everything a name because it's made it easier to file it away, with the soul number. And I just give it a name, which it's just off the top of my head. But I'll always remember it, that so-and-so reminds me of a turtle or something reminds me of a fish, and I'll just give the soul number and what it appears to be. I mean, no way saying that's what it is, but it's what it reminds me of.
Michelle
with Neville's great pans as well. Of course.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Michelle is writing in the chat here, I think.
Yes,
Life on Mars, they are kicking rocks.
This is fun.
Yeah. Good day from Southern California. Good day to you also, Michelle. We are glad to have you and all the other viewers on board here to watch UFAH live. And remember, as soon as this live stream is finished, there will come up a button you can click on saying get notification on our next live screen. I hope they will, because they did last time. So click on that one and you will get a notification every time that UFAH are going live on the UFAH page here on Facebook. Now back to Mars. Is there any one of you who want to add something to this picture? Because I've got some more pictures, but these are not Gigapans. These are pictures from Neville and Martina and myself.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that.
Okay,
Let's do it.
let's let me just click right here, and I hate when I get in this mode here because everybody can see my screen, and I always remove all the naked women from my background first, and hope there is no chat coming up and down. So
Thomas, yeah.
But we are looking at Victoria Crater again from above, and we have the other picture here that we looked at also before from that was the colored one we were looking at just before from a few seconds ago.
Thomas, can I interrupt?
Yes.
There's a chap called Miro78. Guys, how can I get access to these pictures?
That's a great question.
Maybe you can leave a link.
We will leave a link just as soon as when we are finished here. No, hang on 1 second. I will put the link up right now. I can hear Neville is putting the link up now. So
Yeah,
I was gonna say, yeah,
yes,
go ahead.
put him up. There comes the first one here. So,
There you are.
and if
Miro.
you want more
Are they
links,
talking about this particular one, or are they talking about the black and white one?
I think we are just giving them the links to also
They
to
want to have
Neville's
access.
account on Neville's profile on Gigapan.
So
because
thank
there
you.
is
Right.
a lot of Gigapans on Neville's profile on Gigapan.
Well done there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, put a link to Nev to your actual page for your Gigapans. I know a lot of people like to watch
Yeah.
these and
Yeah.
look at them and look them over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this way here, send them a link to Nev's all of his pans, because I think you guys will enjoy these. There's a lot to see in these.
Yeah, they're great.
You'll be able to find your own anomalies.
Yeah,
You got that right.
exactly. The general public can do it.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
It's a thank you all. I think I can't quite see the image, but forgive me if you're actually female. But you should. Yeah, she says thank you all.
Oh, I like the race car. That's pretty sweet. I can see his avatar there. Pretty sweet. Profile picture looks pretty sweet.
I'll actually post as me. Hold on, I'll go to me and I'll post as me.
here.
This is my link to my pan.
I have put up one of the pictures from that I enhanced from one of the Gigapans. That was the one with the so-called Egyptian statuette.
Yeah.
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 And I have put it up with the one that are colored to point it out, and the raw gray picture from the Gigapan as well also.
Thank you, Nav. He's put the link up for all of them.
Yeah. I mean, people have to have a look at these, because here's the thing, like you said, Martine, perfect is because, people want to be able to scan these things themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of times,
fun.
I'm finding my subs are finding some crazy thing. Chris, you gotta have a look at this. Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God. and I'm glad people are starting to do this.
Yes, absolutely. This is what we want. We want everyone to join in. The more of us, the more power to our cause.
Yeah, exactly right.
Indeed.
Indeed. I just shifted to the one that I described as a giant chair where they could sit someone in a statue looking over the crater. And shifting and just painted the seat gray so you can see what I mean.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see what you've highlighted there.
And if you look at the actual Gigapan in front of the area, there are so much debris that part of it could easily have been part of a statue sitting there.
Easily.
Blasted to pieces so you won't recognize it. I found something that could look like part of a head that we would have to go back to the Gigapan from before. Let me see what we have here. I have another one up here.
Yeah.
And I have pointed out a square hole on the bottom of the picture, just to the left of the Mars Moon Space logo, down right. And again, these square holes to me looks odd and out of place, and I painted out a lot of other objects in the background as well. Also, I so much wish I had a faster computer so I wouldn't have to look at my tablet. here. Meanwhile, so there is a lot of things going on in these Gigapan images. So now you all have access to them, which you already have. But now you know now you have the links to these we are speaking about, so you can go check it out yourself. And we have one of Martina's pictures here also that I took from our little UFAH chat before we started, so we could post that one also.
I love this one. I know. I didn't have time to take it out of the templates, but the markings on the front of that rock face are astonishing. I mean, there's so much shaping and carving, and I don't know if people will be able to see it, but you can see the raw image above. So I barely had to do anything to it, but it's like windows in the cliffs. There's some strange horizontal carving going on, almost like strapping going around the walls. It's beautiful. That's the only way I can describe it.
It is indeed
beautiful.
We have a picture of Neville's here where he compares that object we talked about before from Burns Cliff and Victoria Cliffs that looked similar.
Can you enlarge it? Can you enlarge it, Thomas? It looks like your Facebook page was saying.
You should be able to see my screen here. I can't do much more about it than.
All right, no worries, no worries.
Can you display the image just in a viewer on your page?
Let me just see here. Yes, I can. Hang on. 25 seconds. I just have to go through 690 gigabytes of pictures here. So.
Oh, no problem. You can navigate that.
Yeah. So, guys, talk a little bit. Meanwhile, I look for this image here. The word is yours.
What you're not organized, Thomas.
I am very organized.
I think it's amazing what you guys do. I just can't get my brain around this technology.
I'll come on YouTube, Martin.
No, seriously. No,
I saw this on Burns Cliff and I thought, I've seen that somewhere before. So I actually I got the one up from Victoria Cliffs and it looks as if
it's the same, isn't it?
It looks as
if it isn't, it's darn close.
Look, it's got the strange round hole at the top. You know?
Round hole on the right hand side, and then it's got like it's some kind of control panel or some kind of set thing. That,
Yep.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah, to be able to find those and match it somewhere else, man. What's the chances of that?
Gracious.
No chance.
Very, very good comparison.
There's also another one I've got actually on the Victoria Cliffs. You can see where there's that channel that comes down. It looks like a walkway,
Yes, yeah.
Now, there's another one of them on another cliff that looks exactly the same, as if it's a walkway going up into a hole at the top,
Yes.
I've got another one of those somewhere. I'll try and post it in the chat here. I found it, but I posted in the chat here on the right, so people can view it. I found it first time. Gotta find it. But
I'm astonished at the similarity of those two things.
Yep.
Indeed, it's fascinating. It truly is. Okay, guys, may I please shift back now?
No, go ahead. That's fine.
We had a good gander.
And when you get a chance, I want to go back to that colored photo you have. I just discovered something that looks like a pyramid, only it's like 3 levels, and it's right in the side of the edge of this hill.
Let's take it on the Gigapan instead here. Let me just do that one here.
Or to the one you had the 4 photos on. It doesn't matter which one.
I think it's not that one. So let me try this one here.
Yeah.
And just doing it full screen.
I've got it up on my screen, so now I've got to follow you and see where you're at.
I have to say thank you to Miro and Michelle for staying with us here.
We are glad to have you on board here.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, glad to be your friend on Facebook as well.
Miro says we definitely need to visit the red planet, and I hope we will one day. And Michelle says we can see it indeed. I think she was referring to my post that I put out because I said I didn't have time to pull the image out of the template.
So,
do you know,
Chris,
we could spend hours on these, couldn't we?
Yes,
Yeah. If you go to the background to the right, to that second area sticking out, not this one here, but in the back. Go to the right and to the back.
What's that curved formation at the bottom?
Right there. Stop right there. Don't move the screen, but move your cursor over to the left a little bit. Keep going.
To the left, to the left, to the left.
Right there, and then drop down. Look at the 3-level piece right there. You see it right there? Go a little bit to the left. Right there. Look down.
1, 2, 3.
There's like a 3-decker, whatever the heck that is, right there. There's 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of hazed out of it, though. Can you guys see what looks like a 3-level, almost like a pyramid? Like
it's stepped. Yes, you can see stepping.
Yeah, the base one is almost completely taken out, but there's 2, 3, and there's something on top of that. But it looks like this 3-decker.
Yeah.
I mean, what the heck does that in nature?
Yeah, and also to the right of that, Chris, you've got some double-decker structures going on there. Can you see?
Yeah, with a bunch of holes in all of that area.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're like little dwellings on top of dwellings.
Yes. I mean, I saw that. I was just looking at this pan. I'm going, what the hell does that as far as this 3-decker, almost looks like this, well, like the step pyramid.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. It's very much like you see, it's in China, isn't it, where you look up a cliffside and you've got...
Yes.
You know, little dwellings, one on top of the other. You know, I don't know the name of the area. I can't remember it, but that's what it reminds me of.
Take a look at this one over here to the right.
Yes, that looks like a giant head to me.
It does.
They make these head-shaped dwellings as well. This sort of focus on heads is extraordinary, isn't it?
Yeah. It's all, eroded, over time.
Look inside this crater up here. It looks like you have something pyramid-shaped here.
Yeah. Or is it on top of that? Is it on top of that?
Is it on top?
It is on top.
It's not on top of the area. It's from the bottom here of the
right.
I think it's from the standing on
from behind, projecting out from that ridge behind, maybe.
But where you are now, you got a carved ledge where you can walk around, or it's like a
at the very top. Right.
Yeah.
So it may very well be part of it. I don't know.
Could well be.
Could be.
There's some definite strange shapes going on along that edge there, up there.
And there's a round hole over here. It looks like something is coming out of it, and
that's right.
Very interesting. Indeed, it is. Victoria Crater is indeed an interesting area that we can't get enough of. So we can only urge all of you out there, all 7,000 viewers, to go have a look at the Gigapans, post them on some of the UFAH groups that you can find on. You can start going to UFAH page on Facebook, and you can find some of the groups on the UFAH page. And start participating in the different groups with your findings. Don't be shy, just come out with it. We have some strict rules for picking on other people. We do not tolerate it, so don't be shy. Come out and show us what you're finding. So.
Well, that's what it is. It's all about being the collective. You know what I mean? It's about everybody sharing what they're finding, and then people might say, "Oh my God, I so overlooked that," and there it is. So
very often a fresh eye with new members can be so helpful as well.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's in like I said, sometimes you need some fresh eyes on a certain photo, and you just go, "Wow, I just never noticed that."
Exactly.
And that's what it takes. Sometimes, I mean, you guys know as well as I do. I mean, you could stare at a photo long enough and just not see anything.
It's true.
And then somebody comes along and says, "Wow, look at that house right there." You go, "What?" You never even noticed it. You just go, "I've been too entrenched in it that I didn't even notice it."
That's right.
So sometimes you need to just like walk away from it, come back, and you'll be surprised just what you see.
It's so true.
And this one here, like I said, you got to look in the backgrounds. Like we saw what looked like these rectangular boxes type thing, and what I said looked like a structure in that contrasted area. Like this one here, he's got on the screen. At least I'm seeing it here on the my phone. You can see the background. It looks like there's structures there.
Yeah.
It looks like there's structures. There's some kind of foundations or something that's laying all over the side of this crater, and that's why I believe the rover's never made it around it.
No. And if you look at the top of the very top, you look at the landscape there beyond the edge of the crater. There's lots going on there.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And here you can actually see the one we were talking about before. The
bright crater.
Yeah, like earlier.
And the pyramid.
But look at the edge of the crater there, where your cursor is. What's going on around there?
That was the face we talked about
that face
before.
thing. Yeah.
That face, yes.
And over here you had that round hole, something coming out. So the picture we were looking at before were actually taken from up here. Could that be right, Neville? Am I right on that?
Pardon? What? Sorry?
The picture we were looking at just before, where the rover up here, where my mouse is now.
Yeah.
And taking you can see some tracks over here. Yeah. So this is I love these Gigapans. We are getting so addicted to I need my daily fix of Giga.
Oh yeah.
I need my Giga.
That's the only addiction I have is these photos.
But there's one thing I forgot to mention, and we are not having a live stream without anybody hearing me saying this, and now comes the robot and the salesman in me again. Remember that in May 2017 we are having, no, not UFAH, but there is the 6th annual Mars conference in Mobile, in Alabama, in United States of America. Any one of you who lives nearby or don't live nearby are more than welcome to come and join the conference. You can find more info about the conference on marsmoonspace.com, where you can find the conference link on the front page. And there are a lot of speakers. There are Andrew Di Basiago, there is Sasha Alex Lesin, there is Janet Kira Lesin, there is Billy Carson, our co-founder here from the UFAH group, and there is the organizer of the conference, Louis Michael Reinhardt, is going to speak also. And on the day 2 we have William Whitecrow, who is an experiencer, and I have talked to William many times and did a lot of interviews with him, and he is an amazing guy. And after him comes another UFAH member, 2 other UFAH members that will be speaking, and that is Brett, Colin Shepard, and Karen Christine Patrick. And Brett is the founder of Lunar Anomaly Research Society on Facebook, and Karen is founder of Earth Anomaly Research Society here on Facebook, and they will come and speak about dimensions of Mars. And after them comes the whistleblower, Ken Johnston, that has been with us at the UFAH group on several interviews with several UFAH members, including Chris, that is with us here today also. He will be speaking about his knowledge about Mars also at the Mars conference, and I'm looking so much forward to meet Ken in real life now that I have spoken with him so many times on Skype and did so many interviews. And after Ken comes this weird Danish guy, don't trust him, but his name is Thomas Mikey, and he's gonna speak about pictures from Curiosity, and he's not gonna speak so much about them. I am gonna talk about him and show some pictures from Curiosity, some of the best, and I'm gonna show some of the UFAH members' pictures from Curiosity and from the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter satellite also, and that I will be the last speaker on Sunday, and I will speak just after Ken Johnston, and I'm looking so much forward to it. So guys, go to marsmoonspace.com, find the 6th annual Mars conference link, go in there and get your tickets now. There is a 25% discount here in February, so you actually save $25 on your ticket if you buy it here in February. Go in there, read what you can do and what you can get, and do it now. And that was the commercial. Back to UFAH Live.
Can we welcome John Brady from Wichita and Billy Dennis from Philadelphia?
Huntsville, Alabama just popped in there. I'm going to say hello to everybody.
Welcome, guys. Welcome on board.
Antonio Faris from Huntsville, Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama. Oh, Antonio, you are living in Alabama. You have to go to a mobile.
He can't he?
He must go. You cannot live in Alabama without going to our 6th annual Mars conference held in Mobile in Alabama, and it's actually held on the University of South Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And we have room for 300 people, so come along, guys. Take your friends, your girlfriends, your lovers, your wives. Take them all with you.
Well, not the lovers and the wives.
Right. Yeah.
You can get a seat in,
yeah.
you can get a seat in each side of the conference room. So yeah, bring them all. Back to
it'd be good to see everybody down there. You know, I'm looking forward to it as well because I really want to make sure this works out so I can make it down there myself. Because meet everybody in person would be just great. You know.
Mm-hmm. And there is another UFA member coming also. That's David Gannett. He already bought his ticket, so I'm looking forward to meet David Gannett in real life, and not just here on UFA pages, on Zoom or Skype. And it's gonna be so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Martina and Neville don't know they're going yet, but they are. We will force them. So I'm looking forward to meet them as well in Mobile in Alabama at the 6th annual Mars Conference 2017.
You never know. You never know.
You never know.
Get those tickets.
You can bloody pay for me ticket then. I can't afford the program.
Can you bring out some newspapers in the night? You're up all night anyway, so go deliver some newspapers and... No, sorry, I was just kidding. But we hope, of course, that as many as possible will show up at the conference here in May 6th, May the 6th and May the 7th. It's gonna be awesome.
We've got Peggy Butler here. Hi, from Venice, Florida.
Hello, Florida.
Hi, Peggy. Hi.
So that was the Gigapans for today. We had 3 Gigapans up here, and which one was best, we don't know. That's an individual decision. And I think we are about to end now on this. Any of the other guys here want to say something?
Oh, I think we've pretty well covered this, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
We have been covering a lot today. That's for sure.
Yeah,
So,
it's a lot of interesting photos and all the anomalies, so on and so forth.
And we
Been particularly interesting, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Well, the thing is, we want to encourage everybody to have a look at them themselves. So not so much if they say, "Well, we're not quite seeing what you guys are seeing," but that's fine. You know, we encourage everybody to just have a look at these pans themselves. And of course, you do have the link now to Nev's page. You're going to go on there and just follow his page, and then just all of the pans he's got. It's insane because you get to see like a whole sol, or like many sols all connected to one, and you can get a better perspective of just how large a particular area is. Sometimes you can't do that with just a single photo.
No, you're actually seeing a whole panorama, aren't you?
Right.
You
So
know,
to me, it's a whole lot easier to do it that way.
Yeah, indeed.
A lot of people, complain to me and have messaged me and they said I can't see them up with my iPhone or something like that. It's like a 2K, 3K definition. But you have to actually have the special imaging software and stuff like that to actually, bring up these images. It's very difficult for a lot of people to do it.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the Gigapans?
Yeah. Because when you see one in on any object on, let's say, an iPhone, it pixelates it and it distorts the image. But if you're on a PC or a Mac properly, you can really bring out those images.
The Gigapan platform was mostly made for PCs, computers, Macs, and not so
That's
much for tablets and phones.
Yeah.
So you will have, of course, to use a PC to get the best result from it.
If you try and go into Google, like come out of the Facebook app and go into Google, copy the link from Facebook, put it into Google.
Right.
You might be able to view it better that way rather than
That's
viewing it on the Facebook app. You see?
Yeah.
Mira is asking here, more scheduled live streams, please. Yes, we can guarantee you we're going to be live again. We're going to be live every Saturday in February and March, and when those 2 months are gone, we will see and look back how it went, and if it's turned out good, then we will continue being live every Saturday. So next Saturday we will be live at the same time again, and all you have to do is click the subscriber button that will come up, get a notification button that will come up when we are ending this live session here, so you will get a notification every time we are doing something live, no matter if it's Monday, Saturday, or whenever we do it, you will get the notification if you click on that button. Guys, should we sing a song and say goodbye, or should we just skip the song and say goodbye?
Yeah, I think we'll skip the song.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. we also want people to come back next Saturday, so
Yes,
that's what we
I don't want to
do.
scare the followers and stuff like that. We don't want to do that.
So thank you guys, to you out there that have been viewing us today. We are hoping that next time we are live that you will help sharing our live stream on your profile, on the groups that you know, and or just sharing the knowledge of us being live every Saturday. The pinned post on UFAH page, sorry. The pinned post on the UFAH page is actually the one that tells you what to do, so you can actually share the pinned post on the UFAH page saying that we are live here, and they can find our live stream on top of the UFAH page all Saturday as long as we are live. That was it for today. Thank you guys out there for being with us. I can't even speak anymore. It's way past my bedtime. We love you all. Until we see you again, take care out there. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Take care, Rob. Take care.
See ya.